firstly I would have to say, commencing my job as Executive Director of Peak Care Queensland in 2011 was absolutely one of the highlights. And that's because this job is such an important job, and the role that Peak Care Queensland has to play is such an important role. It's very rarely that you have the opportunity to influence people's thinking and to shape a service system. And that's a job that we here at Peak Care attack with a lot of passion, and we're supported in our member agencies and a very supportive board in tackling that. So it's very rarely that you get that kind of opportunity. So of course it's exhilarating and exciting to have had that happen during 2011. Some of the other things that I would say were particular highlights included a blog post that I entered about National Sorry Day, and specifically this was about some racist comments directed at Christine Arnoux. What was exhilarating about this was the number of organisations and individuals who posted comments who basically joined us in standing up against racism. That was always an exhilarating thing to see when people are prepared to stand up and be counted and put their name to something that they think is wrong. More recently, we ran a campaign on transition from care and the importance of improving our transition from care services for Queensland young people leaving care. What was wonderful to see were 3 letters that were published by the Courier Mail. They were letters to the editor that were posted by former foster carers. And the idea that foster carers were able to also express their voice and build on what we had to say and support us in that kind of campaign was simply marvellous. So as we proceed through to 2012, then I'm hoping to see more of that people are prepared to stand up and count and be counted for things that are really important. Some of the other highlights that I would have to mention would be ones where I had the opportunity to meet with firstly Cindy Blackstock from Canada, and that was at the Combined Voices Conference. That was a workshop that was conducted as part of the QCOS conference. Cindy was a remarkable woman, and to share the stage with her was an incredible delight. And she gave us some inspiration and motivation to continue our work on the Combined Voices campaign that we think is an incredibly important campaign. At the moment, we have 37% of children in care being Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, and that's simply not an acceptable kind of proportion. So that remains in our mind one of the critical features of the child protection system in Queensland that needs to be addressed, and we all need to do that together. The other person I would mention is Professor Eileen Munro, who I had the good fortune to meet a little while ago as well. And that links again with another campaign that Peak Care commenced this year and will be continuing into the new year, and that's our Munro campaign. So to actually meet Professor Munro and hear from her about the review of the United Kingdom's child protection system and what implications that might have for Queensland was a remarkable experience. So we're certainly hoping to build on that and continue our Munro campaign and invite all of you to contribute your ideas about what we can learn from the UK experience as well. Often when I am asked to speak about Peak Care at different public functions, I start off by saying that Peak Care is a small organisation with a strong mind and a big heart. So what I'm looking forward to in 2012 is developing an even stronger mind and an even bigger heart, if that's at all possible. I think those 2 women that I've mentioned before have given us great inspiration for doing that. And I'm always amazed at how passionate our sector is about the kind of work we do, the significance of that work, and our preparedness to tackle that with gusto. I'm reading a novel at the moment where there was this interesting line talked about 2 characters in the novel, and they were described as people who saw life as a struggle but one to be tackled with optimism and confidence. And that's probably, I thought that was a good line to take some inspiration off from for peak care as well. That yes, there is an onerous responsibility that we have, and we are obliged to tackle some of those very difficult questions that we have to face. But we can do this with great optimism and confidence. So that's what I'm looking forward to in the new year as well. I'm certainly hoping that all of you and our member agencies and other friends of PCare will join us in that, and that I wish for you a very happy and safe Christmas and New Year, and you'll get lots and lots of rest and ready to tackle those big issues with all the confidence and optimism you can muster for the new year.